Professor Dr. Eric Claassen, at Christian Hansen we're very proud and we believe that you have to use Christian Hansen to have the real LGG. And we even have the phrase, if it's not the real LGG, it's not really LGG. Could I ask for your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's an interesting thought that you say if it's not the real LGG, it's not really LGG. I would like to approach that from a very positive standpoint and say, listen, somewhere in history, LGG strains used by third parties have deviated from the correct sequence. And that means that their functionality and their clinical effect probably cannot be reproduced with the real LGG. So these results are not really results. So that means if the real LGG is not really used in those studies, that you cannot reproduce it. And that means they're quite worthless. So I think the slogan backs up the 25 years of sequencing and consistent production and consistent monitoring, resulting in reproducible clinical effects.
What does it mean to you, or how are you thinking about it, that we have absolute genome stability in our LGG for the last 25 years?
First of all, it's very important to realize that this is a feat in itself. There are only very few, if any, companies that have monitored their strains so carefully since the very beginning as Christian Hansen has. I've been working with lactic acid bacteria since 1987, the same year as LGG was patented, and we followed this all through history. So that's one. It's unique that you have these data. And the other one is, of course, you don't want to have your sequence shifting or drifting, because then in effect you're talking about a different bacterium and a different functionality and therefore a different clinical effect. And the different clinical effects can then never be related back against the historical sequences that you have documented and against the real LGG bacterium that you are selling at the moment.
We at Christian Hansen are very proud of the real LGG, but what if someone said, well, can't we just use any Lactobacillus rhamnosus?
Of course, you can use any bacterium you like, and especially any rhamnosus you like, and we know that in some clinical studies it might even work because of the placebo effect. But if you want to build on a vast body of clinical trial data and on hard evidence, and if you want to build on a product that has been documented to be stable for 25 years, then you cannot just take any Lactobacillus rhamnosus, because they will not have this documentation, and they will certainly, and proven, not have this vast body of clinical beneficial effect literature behind it. So no, you cannot switch to just any rhamnosus.